everyone, I'm going to record this one in 1080p. Well, I don't know what I'm more worried about. What I just seen in Belfast, quite shocking. I didn't think I'd ever see anything like that, but this kind of reminded me of something I saw back in the 80s where there was a craze going around where people were doing snuff videos, and I accidentally managed to see a snuff video. Before I knew what was happening, I'd actually seen someone's being beheaded, and you just knew that that wasn't Hollywood, that was real life. And so when I saw what happened in Belfast, I immediately thought back to that snuff video. Quite shocking, really. Is this just a small fraction of what's to come? So I don't know if I'm more frightened about being attacked on my streets, or whether I'm more frightened about the fact that United States in Iran and what's happening over there could well be the war to end all wars. It's been going on for a while now, and you just get the feeling that they don't really want peace. They make this sort of token attempt to say they want peace, but deep down, Iran doesn't want peace. Israel certainly doesn't want to make friends with Iran, we know that. So they still hate each other, and that hostility goes back a long way. The United States, under Trump, are certainly huge supporters of Zionist, so they don't want peace. But do you feel like they're just stringing you along? Because I do. You know, he's making all these bold promises, is Trump, that, he says something like, wait for the weekend, and over the weekend we'll bolster a peace deal, and the price of oil will come down. I just feel as if they're lying to us. I feel as if Iran and the United States and all the leaders of these various countries, nations, I feel as if they're all lying. That it's all designed, I don't know, it's designed for a reason to keep us in fear. And it's working, isn't it? Because we are in fear. So there is going to be a response from the United States, but whether that will be troops, an invasion. You see, I've always believed that if the prophecy in which I've always suspected would take place in that particular part of the world, then there will be boots on the ground, and there will be a one-sided battle that takes place. And that man's fighting nations, Gog and Magog, the hostile nations in the times of the end, they will suffer a catastrophic defeat in the biblical lands. That's what Megiddo's all about, isn't it? So I think that boots will be on the ground. I think United States, and eventually Russia, and eventually China, will all have boots on the ground for the final battle of Armageddon. And I'm not going to change my mind on it. I think it's shaping up that way. They're all going to be pulled. All the fighting nations are all going to be pulled to their final resting place. And they don't know it. But the scriptures, they said this would happen in the times of the end. So let's just wait and see about this measured response from Donald. And in the meantime, let's see what happens in our local by-election that's in 2 weeks' time. Because everything that's happening just at the moment is further proof that Labour are not fit to rule. And even if Starmer gets ousted and Andy Burnham comes in, it'll just be the same old thing. So I think that whoever gets in is likely to be someone that is in favour of mass deportation of illegal immigrants. And I think there's only two parties that are in agreement with that. So I think it's probably Nigel Farage's lot and that latest one. I think they're both of those parties will probably want mass deportation. And I just can't see the Conservatives doing well. I can't see Labour doing well. And I think it's because of everything that is happening on our streets at the moment is further proof that we should never have allowed them in. Never. And that mass deportation is going to gather momentum and pace under whoever gets in. And that those that are in support of this now, right, are only doing it because they want to protect their children. They don't want their children to be attacked by these African nations or whoever. But they're certainly not ones who want in our country. Look, I know that this footage was really upsetting, and it still is, and there's a warning that comes with it, graphic content. Be careful if you watch it. If you're of a certain nervous disposition, don't watch it because it's upsetting, and you know what he's trying to do. Make no mistake about it. If the police got there too late, and it seems like they did, and there had to be an intervention by local people that were living in that area, and that they were the ones that had stopped the main atrocity from taking place, although at that point he had been cut up several times. Would you be that brave? If that happened outside on your street, would you be brave enough to come out with an implement and whack the person around the head several times to get him to stop? Because I don't think the average person would. So the fact that it happened in Belfast and they're used to that kind of thing going on, in the past it went on, didn't it, between the IRA and the British, and that people got very resilient and hard, and they were able to cope under very difficult situations. So I perhaps think that if it had happened in my town where I lived, I don't think we would have been made of the right material to do something like that. And that's what worries me, that if things are going to get worse and that we're going to be attacked on our streets going forward, and the police don't turn up in time, are we going to have anybody that's capable of what we saw in Belfast? I can't see it happening in my street. That's all I'm saying. I don't see anybody out there. I might be surprised, yet there may be someone out there that will jump to arms, because that's what I feel is happening. I feel that everything that is happening at the moment is almost like a call to arms. And I'm a peaceful person. I've always wanted peace, and I want peace in the world, but I know there is no peace coming to this world, because the whole world lies in the power of the wicked one, and the wicked one knows that his time is short and his abyssing gets closer. And so he will do as much destructive damage as he possibly can and kill as many people as he can before he's restrained and removed. And that's why I hold no hope for any peaceful solution between Iran and the United States and Israel. None at all. Because they don't want peace. And I've said this for the last 2 or 3 years with every skirmish. Man does not want peace. He just wants a war constantly. That's why he has to be removed, eradicated. He has to be annihilated. by a non-human power.